Hello, my name is Cheryl, and I started using ReMar about a year ago because I was having difficulty passing my test. I have severe test anxiety. So the first time I took my test, I did not pass it. I had a panic attack, and it just wasn't good. So what I did was I just started doing research. UWorld did not work for me. ATI did not work for me. And Archer did not work for me. So I was scrolling down Facebook and I saw ReMar. And then another one of my girlfriends told me about ReMar. And so I purchased. I got the quick fact books. I downloaded everything that I needed to download. Just whatever you offered, I did. I watched the videos a couple of times. I did schedule to take it again, but I chickened out and I didn't go take it. I lost my money. I said, I'm not going to take it because I'm not going to do anything but fail again. So I'm at work and I'm talking to my DON because I still work in healthcare. And she was like, you're going to go take that test. And I'm like, not going to do it. So we created another study plan along with the study plan that I have from ReMar, and we just every day I would do questions and quizzes and watch a video and then do something, write something, a little essay about the video that I watched. If it was a video on blood gases, if it was the video on the babies, if it was a video on the geriatric care, it didn't matter. I would write down what I learned. And then I reread everything and rewatched everything. Well, Wednesday, December the 18th, I didn't tell anybody. I went and took my test. My test cut off at 86. I had a meltdown. That screen went black and it turned off. It asked me 5 questions about the facility and sharing some answers or something like that. And I just knew. I was like, oh. I couldn't even look at it. Every day for 2 days we were at work, they were like, go look and see if you passed the test. Go look and see if you passed the test. Wouldn't do it. Didn't do it. We had a code at work and I went to respond to the code. And one of the nurses came up to me and said, I don't see your name. Did you pass? Blah, blah, blah. I had a meltdown during the code because I thought they just had taken my name out of pending, everything. So our DON went in the corner, looked my name up and came out running and said, you passed, you passed, you passed. So now I am now a nurse. And I'd like to thank you. Keep helping people study. Anybody who thinks they can't do it at any age, know that you can, because I did it.
Hello everyone, my name is Georgina Magora, all the way from Southern Africa. I would like to say a very big thank you to Professor Regina and her husband, Brother Mark. Thank you so much for changing my life and the life of a lot of nurses. When I started preparing for NCLEX, I started by using Saunders and UWorld, and I was doing the questions there. But the day that I knew about Professor Regina, and she was saying content first, I knew I had arrived. I quickly bought my quick facts and my V2. By going through the V2, I knew that I was going to pass. So in 3 weeks time, I was ready for my exams. I went in, and on question 85, That was it. Thank you so much, Professor Regina. And thank you for increasing our faith. Knowing you has changed my life forever. You always used to say, have faith. And when I went for the exam, I was not afraid of anything. I was full of faith, and I did it. When the exam cut at 85, I didn't know whether I had passed or not, but I was so confident because I had content. Thank you for changing my life and my family's life. I know my life will never be the same again. Thank you.
Guys, good morning. Hope you can hear me. I'm doing this video to appreciate ReMar, especially God for using ReMar, to come into my life to bless me. So I want to say that I graduated in June 2023 of last year, and I purchased Archer because my friends were buying it and it was cheaper at that time. So I purchased Archer. I took my first NCLEX in August of 2023 and I failed. Meanwhile, I took my NCLEX 4 times. So the second time I scheduled to take it in December. I purchased UWord. I had a private tutoring that I was paying like $250 every month, and I bought Kaplan and I was using videos on YouTube everywhere. Whatever I see NCLEX question I want to study, like I was very serious, but I failed with 150 questions. So I was devastated. So I waited. I studied, I bought ReMar, but when I was studying, I was like doing it, I wasn't serious, I didn't even do I was really very unserious. So I took it in April this year, 2024, and I failed again. I told myself, I said, no, Essie, it's too long. Like, you're wasting so much time, money, and everything, and your energy. You have to be serious if you really want to pass. So I purchased ReMar again because I told God, I said, what program is going to help me? So I purchased ReMar and I used ReMar. And I was so serious this time. I finished everything. I scheduled my exam December 4th and I went to take my exam build. The exam showed up at 85 questions. I was so scared, like, God, I failed again. I was like, anyway, if I fail, I'll reschedule it. So, but when I opened my computer to check, I found out I passed. And I was like, how did I do it? Because this exam was like 1 through 3 compared to the ones that I took before. It was very easy at this time. I was like, thank God. So I just feel like I have to share this testimony because I know there are other people who are like me struggling too. So I want to encourage you guys, never give up. If you give up, you lose. So I told God, I was like, God, if I can pass this exam, I was going to give my first salary to the church, which I'm willing to do when I get my first job. So I want to thank God for using ReMar to bless me and for helping me to make the decision to get the good study material that I needed for my exam. So this has really changed my life in so many ways. I preserve life and everything, and I really want to be able to go out there in the field to help people, make more money, take care of myself, and live the dream life that I want to, and help my mom especially. So I passed NCLEX engine using ReMar. I'm a ReMar nurse. I can't wait to purchase the first shift, which I'm going to be buying. I have to read that book because I really need to buy that book, The First Shift. Thank you, ReMar. Thank you.
Hi, it's morning here in Kenya and it's a sunny day, so I'm excited. I like it when it's warm and sunny. So I'm officially a ReMar nurse. I must pass the main class. So I just passed on Wednesday. So it's winning Wednesday, so I passed on Wednesday and I'm so excited. So I'm officially a ReMar nurse. I started the journey back last year, did my NCLEX in September and I failed. So it was such a disappointing time, when you read for something then you fail, it's a disappointing time. So I got to know about ReMar in March. I was just going through YouTube and got to see some ReMar nurse motivation, Monday motivation, and some winning Wednesday motivation. So after the ReMar class, you all know that what happens, there's a verse and there's an encouragement, and it really strengthens your faith. So I just want to show you. I don't want my video to be so long, so I'm looking at the time and I'm like, it's 1 minute already. So these are my books. You'll note that I have all the 2 trainer books. Mine is one was the free trial, so the other one is the V2. So for the free trial, I did the free trial and the quick facts. I took a photocopy because my friend had a V2, so I didn't purchase one for the V2. For the quick facts. So for the V2, yes, I did purchase. So this is the photocopied version. Yeah, but I went through everything. And then this is the quick facts book. You can see I went through everything, and I think I went through it like thrice. Yeah, so that's it. You can, you will, you must pass the NCLEX, guys. See you.
Hi, Professor Regina. Hi, Mark. Hi, nurses, ReMar nurses. It's Stacey Ann, your YouTube person, Natalie Harrison, aka Smash That Like Button. I just came on to tell you the good news. It paid off. Oh my God. When I tell you I studied faithfully and prayed over everything. It's such a great feeling. I just found out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. So I can't tell you how good I studied. I studied. Like, I studied to the part where I can't even share my book. Look. I write everywhere in my book. When I tell you, this is not the kind of book that I can give someone else to study from, because I had somebody look in my book and say, Stacey, I took a look in your book and I thought I was going to have a stroke. No. I took all the notes I possibly could, went over my went over my V2 videos all the time, day in and day out. Got in front of that computer, and when I say I prayed, and I'm like, all right, God, you got this. Everything is left up to you now. And it paid off. I'm a ReMar nurse. I'm a safe nurse. I'm an LPN. Woo! I would just want to thank you guys for the motivation, just for being such a great professor. And like, without you all, I would not. I mean, this and this. I mean, I got a folder in here, but it's that beautiful face right there. Okay. All paid off. I'm so excited. I get to sleep in tonight. Okay. I just want to say thank you for everything, and God be the glory. I have, what can I say? Thank you for everything, and I'm just so excited. I have that 3 letters at the end of my name. So smash that like button. All right, love you guys. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone. Hi Dr. Regina. My name is Elsie, and I did my NCLEX exam yesterday on the 4th of November, and I passed. I just got my results today, and I said to share with you and to encourage someone out there. I'm a first-time taker. I used the book, The Quick Facts for NCLEX book. I read this book back in fun. I read this book all the way, and I used the workbook also, the V2 workbook. I used it. I did the workbook back to back, and I used the V2 videos. Dr. Regina, those videos are awesome. They helped me a lot in passing these exams. I thank God for everything, because it wasn't easy, but it was worth it. The journey was not easy, but it was worth it. But I want to categorically state it here that what really helped me with my exams, because I had used other resources before now to study, but the best of them that helped me get this NCLEX passing is the V2. I encourage everyone who hasn't been on V2 to go there. You cannot miss it with the V2. Thank you so much, Dr. Regina, for all you're doing. Thank you so much. I am a ReMar nurse.
Welcome, 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 everyone. It is time for the Safe Nurse Now webinar, where we talk about how you can unlock your dreams to becoming a travel nurse. And I don't know if you know this, but we have some amazing support at ReMar Nurse for you with our partnership through Safe Nurse Now. So let me bring on Scott. Hey, Scott, how's it going?
How you doing?
Hey.
Good. How are you doing today?
Doing so good. We also have Jesse in the house. Oh, and I can't forget Gigi. Hey, how are you?
Hi everyone, I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Good. The entire dream team is here. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I wanted to ask you, Scott, Jesse, Gigi, I wanted to ask you if you knew what travel nurses were saying about the goal of travel nursing right now. It's a challenge going on. It's going on TikTok. It's going on all over. Do you guys know what the challenge? Have you heard about it? The challenge is this: the goal is to make 100K a year in travel nursing. Oh, 100K a year. And so I was doing the calculations, and I'm like, man, so at some months you got to make 10,000 a month, right? And this is what nurses are getting excited about. And I want you to know that tonight we have some positions where you can make that 10K a month. There are some amazing jobs that we have. I did the calculations on some of the jobs that you will see tonight. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. I'm really excited to see what the team has to talk about at Safe Nurse Now tonight and see those jobs. You guys, don't miss out on this opportunity. I'm telling you.
I agree. It's very much possible. We have some amazing assignments that allow you to not only make the money that you're looking to earn, but also give you that opportunity to, one, travel, spend time with family and friends if you bring them with you, and experience new places every 13 weeks or every 8 weeks. So if you love traveling, it's a great opportunity to see the entire United States.
Oh, I so agree. So if you're here today and you are looking for travel nursing and you see a job that you like for tonight, we want to know right away. We want to know right away who you are, where you want to go, and how we can help you to travel. So we'll be using the comments. I know you guys have an amazing presentation. I can't wait to see it. Also, for those of you who are studying with ReMar, you haven't passed your NCLEX yet, please know that we are excited for you for where you are as well. And so later on tonight, I'll be doing a Winning Wednesday broadcast for you, but I'll hand it over to Safe Nurse Now team right now. So I'll see you guys later on tonight. See you later.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Regina.
All right, now it's up to us.
All right.
With that intro, it's we'll try to beat it next time.
All right.
All right, welcome in everybody. My name again is Jesse Zimmerman. I'm the Director of Operations for Safe Nurse Now. I work with Scott Taylor, who helps bring in the new business, work with our clients to find you the right opportunity for what you're looking for. So with that being said, if you have an assignment in mind or a location in mind, please let us know in chat, and we will we'll let you know if we have something in those areas or get you on a call with our team. We have openings opening up across the country, so we may not have we may miss what you're saying. So please reach out to us via email. Apply at remarnurse.com/apply. It'll allow us to get in contact with you and find out exactly what you're looking for. If you know there's a facility out there that does need help, we will also take that information, get a contract with them if possible, and you will receive a referral bonus for referring a company and or a nurse to one of our open positions. So if you're not looking to travel right away, but you have somebody who is, we'd be more than happy to take a referral as well. So with that being said, we'll jump right into our slides. We have a few success stories with some of our nurses already that we'd like to go over, and one of them is from Jessica. She's it's a seamless process from start to finish. I love the adventure and the career growth that travel nursing offers, and Safe Nurse Now made it happen. So what she's referring to is she's a nurse that wants to travel and see other parts of The United States, we're giving her that opportunity by becoming a traveler nurse with Safe Nurse Now. The opportunity for the career growth is a lot of nurses can get stuck at their local hospital because Sally above you has been there for 15 years and she has no plans of retiring anytime soon. And if you want to take that next step in your career, sometimes you need to travel or experience other hospitals to get that hands-on experience. Some hospitals, they could be a trauma level 1, while other hospitals are a trauma level 3, and different levels of experience just between the two. So with that being said, some of the most common mistakes that a lot of nurses make is they don't do enough research when it comes to the contract. I've seen a lot of nurses enter in a contract that it'll pay them, but it doesn't protect them like it should. They don't read the fine print. They look at the dollar amount and then they just go from there. So we want to make sure that any nurse that takes an assignment with us is protected. We want to make sure that if you're coming on as a med surge or an ER nurse, that's what you're doing. I've seen nurses come on as an ER, and next thing you know, they're being floated to labor and delivery. They're being floated to med surge. We want to make sure that you know what you're stepping into when you come into that hospital, because if you don't have any experience with labor and delivery and they throw you in labor and delivery, it's an accident waiting to happen, and we want to prevent that at all possible. So when you're taking an assignment with us that if it's labor and delivery, that is where you're going to be working. We do have some assignments that they are 70% labor and delivery, but because they're rural locations, you may float to med surg, you may float to ER, but you know that ahead of time, so you know what you're walking into and prepare for. And because we're here for our nurses, if by chance you ever take a contract with us and it's a med surg position and they try to flow you to another unit and you don't feel comfortable with that, you always reach out to us. We're here, we'll advocate for you, and we'll remind the facility. They came on as a med surg, they're not floated into ER, they don't feel comfortable, or they don't feel comfortable into labor and delivery. So we want to make sure that you're comfortable when you're stepping into that type of an assignment. Some of the most important things is ask about the pay rate, the details that come with it. There's a difference between the hours and the stipend when you're taking an assignment as a travel nurse. Some locations may blend them together, and it can be a little confusing. You have your stipend that you earn on a daily or weekly basis, and then you have your hourly, which you earn per hour. So understanding the two would help you really understand that contract. Some of them trying to blend it together where it makes it look like you're making $98 an hour, and then you get your paycheck and you're like, that doesn't add up correctly. So we want to make sure you understand that, and feel free if you take an assignment with us and you have questions about the contract or the agreement, feel free to ask any questions you have. We'll be happy to break it down for you in a way for you to understand. But hopefully you understand prior to taking that assignment, because we want to make sure that there's no confusion taking that next step. So another one is failing to obtain the proper licensing and credentials. So a good one is, we will help every nurse get a license in the state that they're looking to work. If you have a Massachusetts license, but you want to take an assignment in Texas and you get approved for that assignment, but you don't have a Texas license, some facilities will allow you to get that license if it doesn't take too long, or they will tell you, reapply when you get that license. We will help you. If you go to safenursenow.com and you click on licensing on the website, you have the entire United States to pick from. You click on the link, it'll take you straight to that state board, so you can apply for that license. If you take an assignment with us and you have to get that license to take the assignment, we will reimburse you. So you get the license, you take the assignment, we'll reimburse you the first check. We want to make sure that that license stays with you, so you'll have it for as long as you're a nurse and as long as you're renewing it. So another one, or some simple things as a BLS, a drug screen. I've seen nurses get canceled because they waited so long to take a drug screen, or they waited so long to do the background check, or get a CPR card updated. it's little things like that. Well, you see, it seems like we're reaching out to you daily about it, but we want to make sure that we're being compliant, so you can start. There's pieces that are always moving in the background to make sure that you can start safely and on time and within the time frame that the facility is looking for, because some facilities have certain days that they will have a nurse start. It's not at the whim of the nurse. It's what works best for their schedule and their time.
Right.
Another one is housing. It is a huge one. I've seen more nurses not take an assignment because they couldn't find housing. And that is where we come in. We will help find that housing for you. Either we will cover the cost of the housing and take it out of the stipend for the housing piece, or we will help you find housing in the area. If you want to cover yourself, we will help secure housing in that area, send you listings that are within the location, within the budget that you're looking to spend. If you're coming on an RV, we will help provide a list of RV locations that you can park, which are within reasonable distance from the facility, just to make your life easier. We want to make it, if it's your first assignment or your 100th assignment or your 1000th assignment, because you've been doing it for 10, 15 years, we want to make your experience enjoyable. So if there's any time where you're not having direct communication with your recruiter or the facility or anything like that, feel free to reach out to myself or Scott or any member of our team. If you're talking to your recruiter and you're just getting frustrated, ask to talk to myself or Scott. We're on these lives, our webinars every week. We will advocate for you. So if you're not feeling the most confident in who you're working with, by all means, you can always ask for somebody else. And that's with any agency. Right. If you're working with a recruiter with another agency and you're not happy with them, always ask for somebody new. We're here to help you, and you should be treated with respect, and we want to make sure you have that with us. So before you sign anything, always ask any questions you have regarding the hourly rate, the stipend, the assignment location, the assignment length, what's the overtime rate. Want to make sure that if you are working overtime, is it approved by the facility, or does it have to be approved by the facility? Does it have to be approved by the facility and the agency? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different scenarios to take into consideration, so you want to make sure you're asking the right questions. And we have a question from Vanessa. Vanessa Grant, I had my initial interview with Safe Nurse Now today. I passed my NCLEX RN with ReMar Review, and the virtual trainer, my video will be posted tomorrow. Well, congratulations on passing. That's a huge milestone.
Good job, Vanessa.
So yeah, if you've already met with one of our recruiters and you passed your NCLEX, if you're ready to travel and we have something for you, if you're an experienced nurse outside the country and coming in, we can look at getting you a travel assignment that way. But if you're within the United States and you pass your NCLEX and you're looking for your first job as an RN, we will work with our clients to find you an entry-level position. Not entry-level as a low of the totem pole, but more of, this is my first RN job, and start getting the experience that way. So please, speak with your recruiter. Let them know what you're looking for. If you're looking to stay within a certain state, if you're looking to relocate, some nurses will relocate to other states because there's sign-on bonuses and things like that. We can help with that. We can help advocate for you as well. So if you're looking to stay in your state or go out, just be as transparent as possible with your recruiter, and you'll be in good hands. And if not, feel free to ask for myself or Scott, and we'll be more than happy to assist. So on to the next slide. As soon as I get mine to work. All right. Understanding the workplace adjustments. So my apologies, we jumped one ahead. Understanding the workplace adjustments, this is a very, very important one. Every hospital has a different policy. I know some nurses have been doing it for 5, 10, 15 years, and I've seen them get written up for some of the weirdest things, but it's their company hospital's policy. And whenever you take on a new assignment, always ask for the policy. When you show up, they're going to do the orientation, ask for a copy of the policy, just so you make sure you're doing the do's and the don'ts. They may not allow an LPN to do certain things, or they may not allow an RN with 6 months of experience to do certain things that you may, if you're doing something with a patient, you may have to have somebody else in there. If you're, there's always different policies within every hospital. So always just make sure that you get a copy of it, so you can make sure that you're following their guidelines. and because in the end it's for your safety, and the patients, and being a travel nurse, they want you to be able to adapt quickly to the environment. They want you to know what a med surg does, what an ER nurse does, what an ICU, labor and delivery. I always say, the nurse, even though you may or may not have orientation for 8 hours to 2 days, whatever the case would be prepared to come in and hit the ground running. If you are not ready to come in and hit the ground running, you may not be ready to take on that travel assignment. You may need to take something a little closer to home, where you can still classify as a travel nurse, but you're still driving distance from home, so you don't get overwhelmed. Because they're expecting you to come in because they're short staffed. They're not bringing you in for just because they need added help because they're fully staffed. They need your help, and they want to make sure that the less training for you is the more time that they can focus on other things while you're focusing on the patients. So always build strong relationships with your core staff here within Safe Nurse Now, your recruiter, myself, Scott. We've worked with recruiters that have been with us for 1, 2, 3 years. They've transferred with us from one company to another. They like the team that they work with, and nurses are the same way. They build that trust. And as you travel with other facilities and take on the assignments, you're building relationships with the nurses there. You're building relationships within our nursing community, where we have 700,000 nurses within the community. So it's a large network where you're a part of a larger family instead of just being a travel nurse at a hospital. So you always have somebody to talk to and somebody to lean on if need be. Another one is the burnout. I've seen it in the self-care where nurses, they forget just the basic things. So always take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you will get burned out. You will get burned out, not on just the assignment, but just in nursing in general. It was a huge uptick with COVID. Nurses got burned out because they were working 60, 70, 80 hours a week for 3, 4 months because they were mentally burned out, physically burned out, and everybody was understaffed. Everybody's now understaffed. We're just not dealing with a major issue. So always take care of yourself. If you're working a 12-hour shift and you're like, yes, this is some great overtime, and you're working 48 hours, take that time. Take that lunch to take a breather. Go outside, take some fresh air, take care of yourself, make a phone call to your loved ones, whatever the case may be. If you worked 48 hours and they want you to come in again, just say, hey, you know what? I need a time to rest. Because as soon as you hit that burnout, it's hard to recover. You put your license at risk because you can make you increase your chances of making mistakes. You don't want to go into your next shift because you're now burned out. You don't want to take that next assignment because you're burned out. So if you do the self-care and prevent the burnout, and keep your mental health being a top focus, you can do traveling. 13 weeks here, 13 weeks in Denver, 13 weeks in New York City, 13 weeks in Florida. But you have to take care of yourself because if you don't do that, you're going to be you're not going to want to do anything, any kind of traveling or nursing for that matter.
Right.
So where will you stay? This goes back to what I mentioned earlier. We will help you find a fully furnished location based on your assignment's location. If or if you want to find the housing yourself, we'll definitely offer assistance by covering it, and or we will provide a references for you. Brenda, experienced LPN with 4 ER ICU experience. How do I sign up? So if you go to remarnurse.com/apply, we will receive your resume. You can upload your resume. We will give you a call either today or first thing tomorrow. We have Gigi, who's in the call, who's one of our recruiters who monitors people who are applying. If you feel comfortable dropping your email address there, she can email you the contact information, and we can get you on a call with myself, one of our recruiters, or Scott. We do have LPN positions. Depending on where you want to go, we do have LPN positions available in multiple parts of the country. So we'll jump ahead. We already covered the housing, but we're here to help you if need be. The credentialing, it goes with the licensing. We want to make sure that you have your credentialing, your licensing in order. Your certifications are in order. Your background check and everything is completed. Immunization and health records are in order. So the good thing is when you apply with us, you're going to get offered a LEAP account. This account is like your own personal data bank of information. You can store all of your credentialing documents in there, your immunization, your health records, your compliance documents, your background check, your drug screen, your certifications, your BLS, licensing. All of it can be stored there. You will get reminders, even if you're not on an assignment with us, you will get reminders on when those are expiring so you could keep them up to date. So it's like you can take it wherever you go. It's your own personal account once you sign up. Martha asked if someone 1 to 20 has been terminated, can you help or help them get a green card if they pass their NCLEX? I am not a lawyer. I don't have the right answer for that one. That one would have to be I'd have to talk to our immigration team and see what the policy is for somebody like that. Why was it terminated? If it was terminated for various things, there's so many different factors that I don't have the answer for you, Martha. But if you apply and let us know the situation, provide the reason why it was terminated. I can reach out to our immigration team and get a correct answer for you. And maybe they may not even know. They may have to find out from the U.S. government when we apply. So my first step was I would get you in front of our immigration team and find out if you qualify, if not why, and if there's a way to fix it. So first, please apply, and then we can take it from there. All right, so we'll jump into the Massachusetts jobs. We'll go a couple slides ahead. Perfect. Yep, we'll jump into Massachusetts. I'm going to hand this over to Scott and let him dive right into some of the hot jobs we have in the area.
Hey, yeah, thanks, Jesse. Appreciate all that information, and thank you everybody for being here. I enjoy the questions. I enjoy talking to everybody. It's just a fun time doing this every week and helping everybody out. Feel free to ask any questions about the jobs or any information you're wanting to know about traveling. We're here to help you. You can always go on to safenursenow.com and then click apply or look around and find some information there. We have a lot of information there about state licensing, a lot of information about nursing professions, international staffing. So there's a lot of information even on the website that will definitely help you out at safenursenow.com. And you can always email us at staffing@safenursenow.com to kind of send your resume or ask certain questions. We want to help you out. I'm going to go ahead and start in Massachusetts, but I did see, what Jesse was talking to somebody about an LPN for ER. We actually just recently placed an LPN for med-surg contracts. So we do have these opportunities available. So if you're an LPN, please apply. Send your resume over to staffing@safenursenow.com or apply online and we can help you out. So this is our hot job we wanted to share with everybody, and we definitely got some more jobs coming up through New York, which I saw somebody that was interested in as a license in New York. So this is in Brockton, Massachusetts. This is if you're an infusion or oncology nurse for nights. This is 3,240 hours a week. It's great pay. So Regina mentioned earlier about a big thing on TikTok, 100,000. Now I'm guessing that was more of like you're wanting to gross 100,000. If you're netting 100,000, that's even great. But if you wanted to gross, meaning that at the end of your year, that is your goal as far as that's what you've earned. Of course, Uncle Sam will take all those taxes out, and but for 3,200 for 13 weeks, this is a great way to get towards that goal. A little secret, again, don't tell anybody, but if you work like 2,500 a week for maybe 2,600 a week in between there for 9 weeks, 10 weeks, 38 weeks, that's 39 weeks, pretty much 9 months, that's your 100 grand right there. So definitely, if you're looking for travel, if you want to make that where your revenue is your salary at the end of the year is going to be over 100 grand, then make sure you're looking for contracts just like Brockton. If you've got oncology, or if you know somebody that has oncology, let us know. We can definitely give you referral bonus as well. Baby Hagen, I saw this question and we're definitely going to get to you. Do you have openings for nursing homes? Yes, that is coming up. We will let you know here soon that you will see that. It will be there. But continuing on to Brockton, if you are a tele nurse or you know somebody that's a tele nurse, we need your help. 3,500 a week, and that is definitely going to be well over your 2,500, and well over your even 2,000 a week. If you're just going to do 52 weeks, 2,000 a week, that'll get over your 100 grand. That is definitely what you're wanting to hit. This will be a huge amount towards that goal. If you're an L&D nurse, these are your opportunities here. Let us know. We want to hear from you. Send us your resume at staffing@safenursenow.com or apply now at remarnurse.com/apply. So these are great opportunities here in Brockton. And now I think we've got some other opportunities here in several other states. First, in Texas. You want to come to Texas, it is now 90 degrees today. So if you were trying to get out of cold weather and you're thinking, hey, I want to get somewhere that's hot, well, just come down here. I'm in Texas. It's already 90 degrees today. So that's just what it is. It comes March and it's 90 degrees. So everything's bigger and hotter in Texas. So let's get through the Texas jobs. We just placed jobs. Somebody for an LPN, but we do have RN openings in San Angelo and Abilene and in Coleman. These are all hitting that number that you're wanting to hit, 2,500 over 2,000 a week for med-surg and L&D. If you're an RN and you're wanting to come to Texas, or if you've got a multi-state license, these are great opportunities. So we definitely want to place you there. We want to hear from you. Send your resume, apply online. We definitely have openings ready to go. I've seen a question that says, do you have mental tech, psych tech in Houston, Texas? We might have some openings coming here soon for Houston. We can definitely let you know. We've got a lot of things in the works. And so we are trying to get some more opportunities open. So yes, we do have some, openings coming here soon in the state of Texas. And I saw another question, Marie, do you have jobs in Georgia? Well, I was actually just calling places today in Georgia. So I'm working on a few to hopefully come up here soon. So stay tuned. That might be happening here soon. So hopefully we kind of help you out with that. But, more than welcome to email your resume in. Let us know. Another thing to do is if you're like, hey, I used to work at this place as a traveler or PRN, let us know. He was like, hey, I'd like to go back there through an agency that pays really well. Well, hey, we'll help you out with that. We'll pay you really well. Let us know and we'll do that for you. So the other for Texas, we do have some other international. So if you are an international nurse, if you are here, I forgot to add this one. I'm sorry about that. Jesse, yes, we also have an RN in Houston that's open up. It's more of a clinic area. It's for 5 weeks. It's 40 hours a week. It's kind of going to different locations all around in Houston. So if you're in Houston and you like to provide more of a patient care, this is a great opportunity for you. So here's the international. If you are a nurse, an international nurse that you need to be sponsored with green card, or if you're in another country and then you pass the NCLEX or you're going to take the NCLEX here soon, let us know. We want to talk to you. I've talked to several international nurses and we were trying to work on trying to find something for them. If you are a nurse with med-surg experience, we want to talk to you. If you're a nurse with ER, now if you have got experience in your home country, typically at a minimum of at least 3 years specifically in that specialty. So 3 years plus of med-surg, 3 year plus of ER. And our last two, they're looking for L&D, 3 years of L&D with also a year of med-surg. So they're looking for somebody that has that type of experience. Yes, we do sponsor. Do you guys sponsor for international nurses? Yes. If the nurse has got several years of experience and they're starting that process of getting their NCLEX, and are licensed, yes, Faye, we will definitely sponsor our international nurse for our green card process. And also for nurses that are international that are already here in the States, and they need to be sponsored as well. You know, I've talked to a few that are already here in the States, and we've got great opportunities for them here. As you can see, we want to help you guys out. Oh, don't forget, if you see this scrolling, it's a $500 sign-on bonus when joining an assignment from this webinar. So a great way to make an extra $500. And go online to safenursenow.com. You'll see these jobs. You can apply online there. You can also email your resume to staffing@safenursenow.com. It's a great way to apply and send your resume in. For our other assignments that we have is Kansas. A great opportunity we have opened up in Kansas. I know we talked to a nurse one time that he was here. He was looking for Kansas opportunities. So we wanted to make sure that this is, we found out, and then we said, hey, we've got some opportunities in Kansas. So letting us know where you're looking, we try to help you out and find opportunities for that. So that's kind of what happened with Kansas. It is a psych opportunity that we have open in Kansas, a great opportunity that we've got, and looking for an RN that is psych, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for two night openings and 2 day openings. It'd be 36 hours a week, 2,300. So again, that's hitting well over your 100,000 a year goal. 2,300. This is a great opportunity for you to make a good amount of money on a consistent basis. So you're definitely hitting that 100,000 typically probably within 10, 11 weeks. You don't even, I mean, 42 weeks. Sorry, I keep saying 10, 11. About 40 to 42 weeks if you're doing about 2,300. You don't even have to go an extra 2 to 3 months. You can take off November and December. So that's a great thing about traveling. You can make a lot of money, a great amount of money towards your goal that you're wanting to hit, and then you can take a whole month and a half off. Okay, Shantia, great question. I'm going to apply online because you do have LPN positions, right? I like the question. Is housing included? So yes, we do have LPN positions open up. There's still some in Texas, and there is some coming open in New York. And so these positions are including housing and meals. But if you're needing housing for us to pay for housing, we can do that for you. So there is a pay package that if you talk to a recruiter and you say, hey, I would like to have, you guys pay for the housing, then what they'll do is they'll create a specific pay package for you that's geared towards that, so we can take care of that. Because I know housing in different parts of the United States can be expensively crazy. So we want to make sure we take care of that, so that way you're not having to pay that expensive amount. So let's see, another question that we had. Can a brand new nurse apply to? Yes. Christy, yes. Thank you for the question. Great question. We have a lot of questions because everyone kind of has this question. So we want to make sure we talk about this every week, because it happens all the time to where people are graduating and getting an NCLEX. And so yes, you can apply. A lot of times it depends upon your previous experience as an LPN or as a CNA. Usually like a med-surg or ICU or ER traveler, you really have to have 2 years. But sometimes in certain skilled nursing or clinic or certain places, they will take you with very limited experience or experience that you've had prior. They like to see. Like I know one time I worked with an LPN who 10 to 12 years in skilled nursing, and then she got her RN, and then she got a travel assignment as an RN for skilled nursing because of her previous experience. So, if that's you, if you got some pretty big previous experience, even if you're brand new, you can always apply at remarnurse.com/apply. So we'll definitely help you out. So I think we're on New York now. Yes, we are. There's Broadway, great city. I've been there. Awesome city. I loved it. It was really a really fun time. So really good time that I was there. So I encourage you if that's what you wanted to do. So the opportunities we have, I know a lot of people were asking about it. Here is your skilled nursing opportunities. The skilled nursing typically is 40 hours a week because you either have, 6 to 2, 2 to 10, or 10 to 6, or sometimes they may be 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7. So you have your 8-hour shifts. So for Vestal, New York, they're looking for 2 night LPNs, a house supervisor, and an RN. RN is 2,000 a week. Your LPN is 40 hours a week. So this is a great opportunity for to get a great contract. Now, sometimes you can get these for 13 weeks. Sometimes they may be a few short-term contracts if that's kind of what you're wanting. But they are looking for people with skilled nursing experience. If you've been an RN and you've been, let's say, 10 to 15 years as an LPN, this is a great opportunity for you as far as an RN if you just got it. So, let us talk to you. Let us kind of go over the opportunities with you. And this is a good place to go and get started.
All right, I'll jump in real quick. I see a comment from Kitty Kitty. She's asking hospice, and she's never worked in the hospital. Can we work with you? Yes, there are opportunities. Even if you don't have hospital experience, there are opportunities where with long-term care and hospice care, we are working on trying to expand our home health as well. So stay tuned for that. So we are definitely looking to expand in that area. So if you're in the United States and you know of companies that need help, by all means, facilities that need help, please, refer us over to them. You can email us, you can call us, let us know that ABC facility is in desperate need. The DON is so-and-so, and we will call them and we will we'll work to get an agreement with them so we can bring in some help that a lot of these facilities are struggling with. And a lot of facilities are struggling because they've used agencies in the past and they had such a bad experience. They're afraid to take that chance with another facility or with another agency. So if we're being referred in, it helps us and also helps you where we can get you in on that assignment as well. Another one from Martha. Can an undocumented nurse work with you and help her with a green card? We can help somebody obtain their green card. But regarding why your I-20 was terminated, it could prevent you from getting the green card. It really boils down to why it was terminated. Again, this would be a question I'd have to relay over to our immigration team. The reason why, any type of documents that you're willing to share on the reasoning, so they can look into it and give us the right answer. Because I don't want to give you an answer that may not be correct and or mislead you. Here in the United States, everybody has to be they have to have the proper paperwork, even as a U.S. resident, to work in the United States. The Social Security number, or the green card, or the H-1B, that having the right working visa, so you can work in the United States. Or if you're here in the United States, having your Social Security number and the forms of ID to do the I-9 verification, those are all required. And with some of the documentation that is needed for you to take the assignment. And it's just, to protect you and protect any type of identity theft. So if you're in the United States and you don't have authorization to work in the United States yet, we would not be able to help you until you got your green card or your H-1B.
There's another question, Jesse, that would be a really good one to answer from Lillian. It says, how long is the processing time does it take for an international nurse?
So it really depends on the country. So some countries are longer and some countries are shorter. So it depends on what your home country is, but the average time for a green card is I've heard everything from 11 months to a year and a half. We were exploring the H-1B, but unless it was a master's degree or something like that, or a specific specialty, it would have been it was more of a challenge for the nurse to come over. So to make a transition easier, we moved over to the green card process. One gives you an opportunity to actually sit down and interview with the facility, understand where you're going, what your assignment is, and build that long-term relationship. Because when you're coming over on a green card, you're committing to work at that facility for 1, 2, or 3 years, and even longer. There's some nurses who will stay with that facility the entire time they're in the United States because they're getting treated well. They're getting the respect that they deserve. They're being treated well by their peers. The staff there is supportive, so that gives us an opportunity to help you, because you're interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you. And if you interview them and you come back to myself and Scott and say, hey, I just don't feel comfortable working there. It doesn't have the culture that I'm looking for, or the support system that I'm looking for, coming from the Philippines or Nigeria or Saudi Arabia or the UK, we will work with you to find that assignment that works best for you. If you're international or if you're here in the United States doing a 13-week assignment, we want to make sure that you are 100% comfortable. If an undocumented nurse passes NCLEX or an exam, has a tax ID and live here in the US, if there's a chance you can be hired or not with Safe Nurse Now. That is a good question. I don't have the right answer for that one. If you pass the NCLEX, you're here in the United States, and you have a tax ID, I would have to defer that over to our immigration team. I believe so, if your tax ID allows you to do so, but it still comes down to that visa process. So it comes down to that visa process. Do you have an H-1B? Do you have a green card? Is that tax ID sponsoring you through that way? There's so many different questions that they're going to ask that I don't have the answers to. So if you apply at remar.com/apply, fill in the information, send over your resume, add as much information as you can to help us with this process. We'll give it over to our immigration team, get an answer for them, and then circle back around with you, and we can go from there on what the best course of action is so you can start working in the United States. And the one thing is, what is really important is, if you're in the United States or you're out of the country, the process is still the same. The process is still going to take just as long, depending on where you are in the United States or where you are internationally. The only way it would be a quicker process is if you are already here in the United States under an H-1B with another company, and you want to switch over to Safe Nurse Now. We could take over that sponsorship, but if anybody else, it would be starting from school or starting from scratch. So if you're in school and you need the sponsorship because you're over here on a school a visa for schooling, it's still that same process. Unfortunately, it doesn't speed it up at all.
Yeah. Definitely want to keep going with all the jobs, but I wanted to hit one more question because I saw that they asked it, Dereje. I was asking, said if you guys have any openings in the DC area. I do want to let you know right now we do not. We're looking at getting some more in the DC and Maryland area. I do know I've got some contacts there that I'm trying to. Hopefully we can get something here soon. Wanting to help you guys out as much as possible, but that's kind of what we're looking at here. Maybe it'd be a little bit outside, but some other opportunities that we have very similar in Vestal, New York, is the nursing homes, and we also have the RN opening in Buffalo. This is a 2,600 a week, 311, 40 hours a week. We've got 2 openings there for RN. So if you are an RN and you're looking for long-term care, this is a great opportunity. So these are awesome opportunities, as well as our allied side. We like to share this in case you guys know anybody or anybody that's going to be a CT tech, a rad tech here soon, a mammography tech, something that you're going for. We have openings here too, 2,500 and 2,400 a week in Dunkirk, New York. Great opportunities.
Yeah, so again, this comes back to referring people. If you're not ready to travel, but you know somebody who's looking, please refer them over. You can refer them over today and they don't take an assignment for 3 weeks. As long as they're in the system that you referred them, you will get that referral fee. When it comes to the any of the assignments or the facilities, if you have a facility in mind that needs help, by all means refer them over to us. We'd be more than happy to reach out to them, find out if they're going to use an agency, how we can work with them to get get safe nurses in there, to start helping them with their needs. For Mary, great question. For 30 years, what are your options? Well, that's 30 years. Are you 30 years as an let's see here. Oh, you have a previous one above it. You graduated in 2020. You have a CNA and dialysis. So, there's plenty of opportunities as CNA. We have plenty of opportunities in New York. I believe we can probably find something in Texas if you're looking to go to Texas. The sky's the limit on where you want to go. If you don't have your certification in those states, the same rules apply for you. If you want to go to New York and you don't have the CNA license, we will reimburse you for that when you take an assignment with us. Also, the renewals, if you're on assignment with us and you need to renew, we'll help you with that process as well. So the sky's the limit. With 30 years of experience, there's a lot of stuff you've probably seen in the hospital settings that a lot of people have not even come close to.
Mm-hmm.
Lillian, it means that nurses outside the U.S. can't apply for now until all the paperwork is ready. That not necessarily. But the people who have already passed their NCLEX, it's a lot easier to explain to the hospitals and the long-term care facilities that you're ready to come to the United States. Keep in mind, if you have 2 years of experience and you're interested in a position that requires 3 years of experience, you're applying. We want you to apply because it's going to take you about a year to come over to the United States. So if you have 2 years of experience, let's say in Nigeria, working in a hospital as an RN, and you pass your NCLEX, by the time you interview with the hospital, and the hospital says, yes, I like this person, she's going to have 3 years of experience. When she comes over, we want to move forward with her. As long as you stay working in the hospital and you're going through the immigration process to get your green card with our immigration team, by the time you come to the United States, you are going to have that 3-year mark that they're looking for. Some of them are looking for 3. Some of them may consider 2, 2.5. But remember, your experience is going to be 1 year ahead by the time you get here. So I hope that helps explains things a little better. If you have no ETA on when you're going to pass your NCLEX, by all means, you can apply. We'll reach out to you, but you don't know when you're going to pass your NCLEX or when you're going to be ready to make that move to come to the United States under a green card. We encourage you to apply and just watch the job, see what pops your interest, see what you want to take. And then when you get closer, you can reach out to the recruiters or join one of our webinars and let us know that, hey, I'm taking my NCLEX in 3 months. I'll be ready to go. This is my background and experience. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's great information there, Jesse. That's awesome. I know we do have some other opportunities in New York that are coming up too. I believe there was a few more here in after Dunkirk. I thought there was one more, maybe, but not. But we definitely are looking for several opportunities that we've got open in New York. Yes, should be several in Niagara Falls. Yeah, so if you were that CNA that was looking for, an LPN that we're looking for, and an RN for skilled nursing, this is other opportunities for you. So these are great ways to jump on a board, get your first travel assignment, come up to Niagara Falls where the weather's getting better. So this is a great opportunity to make a good amount of money. Give us a call. There's several openings that we can put you at day and night in our shifts. Apply now at remarnurse.com/apply. And if we can get you placed, you get your $500 webinar bonus. So that's another great part of it is just applying or sending your resume to staffing@safenursenow.com. So we definitely have got several opportunities for you, and we think they're going to be really great and really good spots for you. And I think this is going to be a good fit for anybody that's really looking for an opportunity for nursing homes. So if you're interested in any of these positions, feel free to apply at remarnurse.com/apply. I think this is going to be something that can start your career and move you forward with what you're wanting to do as far as traveling. If you're somewhere that you're like, hey, I'm in I'm in New York, and Niagara Falls is maybe a few hours away. This is a great starting point. Okay, here's an awesome question. I have 31 years experience. I've completed my BCSC in nursing as well as a master's of public health. Having teaching experience, I'm a 4 nurse. Is it possible to contract a job through your organization? So it really kind of depends on what you're really looking for. We're looking for nurses that have been working in the field. If that's something that you've been in more of med surg or ER, it sounds like you've maybe been more in more of public health. But if you've been in ER, or if you've been in more of ICU or certain L&D specialty, those as far as the openings that we have for international. That's kind of where we've been seeing we're placing of our international nurses. So it's that is kind of where we would have our openings for you. Another question I saw here. Bird, it says, do you have any in Maryland area? Currently not right now, but we're getting some here soon. And hopefully once we do, we definitely will reach out and we'll definitely post it on the webinar and share it with you. There was a question by, it says by Eddie here, Jesse, see if maybe you can help me with it. It says, I have my NCLEX, and it's an LPN from Canada.
Yep.
Can they work in Niagara Falls?
Yeah, so the same rules apply. You'll have to have a working visa to work in the United States. So anywhere in the world, to work in the United States, you have to have a working visa. The good news is Canada and Mexico are closest neighbors. So being able to get a work visa is a lot quicker, from what I'm being told by our immigration team, than it would be for individuals from other parts of the world. Mm-hmm. So Eddie, if you are interested in working for a position that we have available in New York and Niagara Falls, please go to remarnurse.com/apply. Fill in the information. Let us know you're from Canada, and we'll get you with our immigration team, see what that process is like, and get that time frame, what it may look like. Get you applied if we have enough time for the position, and then you'll qualify for that $500 sign-on bonus for taking one of our assignments on one of our webinars.
Yeah, that'd be great, Eddie. Hopefully we can get you that $500 sign-on bonus. So yeah, that would be great. We'd love to put you there.
Yeah, no, most definitely. And again, a lot of the nurses, you guys have some great questions. I wish we could answer all the questions that you guys have. Like gaps in resumes. If you have 1 year of experience versus 15 years of experience, there's all I can say is, please apply. If you have any questions, you can reach out to the recruiters. If the recruiters don't know, they're going to come to us, and then they're going to get back with you. So if we don't answer your question now, or you have a question later, please apply. Join our community on Facebook as well. We're putting we have a Facebook group going as well, where you can ask questions, be a part of the Safe Nurse Now community that we're building. And you can also, a lot of you are familiar with ReMar, who help sponsor these webinars for us, and you're part of their community as well. So there's experienced nurses on both sides that you can reach out to if we're unavailable to answer your questions, or you miss out on one of the webinars. And again, you can always email, you can call, and you can always reach out to one of the recruiters who can assist you on what you're looking for.
Yeah, we're always here to help you, no matter what questions you have. You can always reach out and email us. It's staffing at Safe Nurse Now, or you can apply at remarnurse.com/apply. We want to help you out any way that we can. If there's questions about traveling, about housing, and any questions. Here's a great question. Go ahead, Jesse. You want to take?
Yeah. So the Niagara Falls, what is the month time frame? Are you? I'm a little confused by that. Are you coming from Canada? Or are you currently looking to go to Niagara Falls for the assignment? Are you looking to see if you can add another comment on what you're looking for specifically? We'll be more than happy to help answer it.
I'm thinking they're asking us how long the assignment is.
Oh, most of our assignments are 13 weeks. They have the option to extend. If they are assignments that require less time, we will definitely let you know. Some assignments we have as I guess a manager or case manager, maybe 5 weeks, something like that. But we'll definitely specify that. And if you see a position that maybe 5 weeks, and you're interested in taking it, doing a 13-week assignment there, please, don't hesitate to apply. A lot of these facilities, they lower it because they can't find somebody who's willing to do that 13 weeks or do that 26 weeks. So never, I would never be discouraged if you see 5 weeks or 8 weeks and you want to do 13 or 26. A lot of these facilities, if you're doing a good job, they will continue to extend you.
Yeah, and Jesse, you know what? If for some reason they can't do 13, but they can do 8 or 10, I've seen it even facilities go, you know what? That we'll take that too.
Yeah.
Because they understand that, hey, spring break in certain places are right now, and summer's coming. So you're like, hey, I can do 8 to 10 weeks, and then I've got a break for a while on vacation, and then I can come back. They're okay with that because they understand that happens. So yeah, it doesn't mean like 13 weeks, that's it. They're only going to take that. Though if you're like, hey, I'm interested, but I can do an 8 or a 10 week contract, they're open to it.
Yeah, I've seen them take they'll take a 13 week and they'll accept an 8 or 10, like Scott was saying, and then they go away for 1 or 2 weeks, but then they come back and they do 13 weeks or they do 14 weeks. So that never be discouraged by the amount of weeks. They can be increased, they can be lowered. It really depends on the facility, and a lot of facilities are working with the nurses because, again, they need the people. They need those people in there. So they rely on companies like ourselves to be able to, advocate for our nurses and what they're looking for. But I know we're running out of time on our end for the webinar. So please, if you're interested in any of these positions, go to remarnurse.com/apply. Let us know where you want to travel to, where you're from, how we can help, and we can definitely have Gigi here reach out to you, schedule a meeting with myself, with Scott, or one of our recruiters, and we'll be happy to help you land your next assignment. If it's your first, your 15th, or your 1000th, we're here to help you all the way to the end. Scott, you have any finishing remarks, Scott?
Yeah, definitely. If you've got questions, we're here to help. Because a lot of times, nurses are seeing a great assignment that's paying it. They're like, well, they're unsure because of time frame, or not sure on when they could go, or, but I can't go until mid-April, or I can't go until May. Always end up applying and talking to us, because even if there may be like, hey, you know what, we have now, but there might be another opening in May, or there might be something else. So just make sure you don't ever limit yourself. Make sure you always take the opportunity to apply, to talk to a recruiter, because if you see an assignment out there that you want to apply to and get, but maybe you can't go for a while, or you've got something else going on, or you got kid things that you've got to do, like soccer tournaments like I got. So you've got things that you've got going on, and we understand that. But look for it. If you were thinking, hey, I want to try this during the summertime, start now, because I can tell you what, you start submitting in April for summertime. So just know that people start submitting 6 to maybe 8 weeks out for contracts. So that is a possibility. So if you're interested this is a great time to start looking right now.
Yeah. Again, if you're unsure, like he's saying, once you're in the system and you get a Leap account with us, it's your personal data bank of information. It can hold all of your documents, all your credentialing documents, so you never have to worry about something coming up to be expired. As long as you have the correct dates in there, one, you're going to get notified when they're being expired, and two, you can stay on top of it. But the biggest thing is you're going to see the jobs that we have available. So you may not have something that you're interested in today, but you could be sitting at home on a Friday night and you get paid, and you're just like, man, I really wish I took out a travel assignment. And then you get a notification on your phone that says a new opening just popped up that based on your criteria of what you're looking for, and you're like, hey, I'm interested in that new like Ange said, I'm interested in that Niagara Falls position. 5 weeks sounds great. I've been a nurse for 25 years. That's the top opportunity that you'll see when you download that app and you apply with us, because you're going to see the jobs as they come in. You can apply right then and there. We're going to see it in real time, and then we're going to reach out to you and say, hey, we have that opening. We can get you submitted and get you on your next assignment for the next 5 weeks. And if you like it and they like you, you like them, and you want to extend even longer, then the opportunity is there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
we're excited.
We'll let everybody have a great rest of their night. I know we have people from all over the world. As always, we love having you join us. We appreciate you joining on one of our webinars. We will be going more in detail on what a travel nurse package looks like, versus a local rate, versus a travel rate. So you have a better understanding of what to look for when you are accepting a contract from not just us, but any agency out there. So you're better prepared. So you're not setting yourself up where you feel uncomfortable or unsure. So please, stay tuned for that webinar. It should be coming up next week or the week after. That one's going to take some time to build out the right way so we can get you all the information. So with that, everybody have a great night, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.